And hello fellow tankers, Space Bandit here with another episode of World of Tanks. And today guys, what I have for you guys, today I have for you a freaking dandy. I have the most insane game I had in World of Tanks until today. That is with respect to damage, as well as with respect to, well, maybe not totally carry, because I have carried many games in the past, but none of the games that I carried in the past was with this kind of result that you're gonna see today. And after the game finished, I basically sat down and I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that I've done this. It's been 4 years since I've played the World of Tanks. I've never had such a result. The highest result that I've gotten was in the range of 7+ damage, close to 8k damage. Never would I ever imagine that I would be able to do something like this, pull something like this off. But I got into the Action X, Centurion Action X. Some people call it Centurion Action 10. I prefer calling it Centurion Action X because it just sounds better. But I haven't played this tank, guys. I don't have many games in it at all. I can't remember the last time I've played this tank. It's just been sitting in my garage and collecting dust pretty much. But you know what? It is a great tank. Absolutely great tank. Unfortunately, I do not have a good crew in it. My crew in it is only 2 per crew, believe it or not. Only have the Sixth Sense and the Recon. And I'm currently training Snapshot. So it is not a very good crew, guys. I mean, honestly, you don't really need a very good crew to carry the game or to have such a result. What you really need is a situation and how it develops. And that's the only way I can explain it. I mean, in many cases you go and play, you can't even get 2 or 3k damage, and never mind something like this. So it takes a special situation, special circumstance in order to get something like this, and I'm incredibly happy that it actually finally happened to me, because I couldn't for the longest time break this 7k barrier, and all of a sudden I broke it and I shattered it pretty much. So let's skip to the game, guys. Basically, as you can see, we are on Deepfall Ridge. Obviously we're top tier. There's one artillery in play, which I have to keep in mind that it's there. And initially I went to the regular region. It's like a sniping region. I can't see on a map here, but it's somewhere, what is it, E8 sector, somewhere over there. But as you noticed, and tonight, for whatever reason, when I was playing today, the teams, the opposite teams, were just rushing through like crazy maniacs. So as you can see, my team pretty much got stuck on the east side and we couldn't really get out. There was no progress because the red team just started pushing hard. So the entire match I'm gonna play here, guys, is pretty much on our side of the map, pretty much close to our spawn. And I've realized and I've noticed in the past that best games that I've had are usually out of single location, where you can basically turn around pretty much everywhere and you have shots, and that's actually what happened here. So because the south have fallen, I basically came back to our spawn to try to defend the base, and I'm not gonna move from here. All the action is gonna happen here, guys, but don't worry, the action is gonna be good. As you can see, I have a lot of shots presenting myself here. So here I'm switching to heat rounds, and obviously for a good reason, because I see a Maushan there, and even in Action X, Maushan is absolutely incredibly hard to penetrate. I only carry 10 heat rounds in this tank because usually APCR rounds are good enough to do the job, but sometimes the heat rounds do come handy, especially when you run into Mauses, heavy armored vehicles. So So basically I have loaded the heat rounds here for motion, but I all of a sudden found shots on other tanks because the Reds are just pushing. They're pushing through the open field. So I have open shots here. And I don't want to waste my time switching shells at this point in time. I want to take advantage of all the shots that I have. So I'm basically taking what I am given. And all I need to make sure is I'm leading my shots properly and trying to take out the guns that are most dangerous. So here you can see me shooting at that grill. I really wanted to take him out here in this situation, but he disappears. So I'm gonna change my attention back to motion. As you can see, we are losing pretty badly. And that seems to be the regular theme in my games. And in many cases, I'm not able to come back from such games. But today was a different story. Absolutely different story. So what I'm gonna do here, and you guys can see, I'm still switching positions because I'm still worried about the artillery. So I really don't want the arty to pay attention to me or focus me. So that's why I'm switching positions. In the meantime, I'm trying to target motion because, you know, it's so hard to chew through this armor, all those hit points. And that's why I was thinking to myself, if I can just bring him down a little bit, he will be a lot easier later on in the game to handle. So that's what I was trying to do here. Focus him. The problem is, even with heat rounds, as you can see, I'm bouncing quite a lot. And at the angle that he's presenting to me, basically I can only shoot at his turret. So that's what I'm trying to do here. But now all of a sudden the Reds are pushing all the way to the ridge. So I'm gonna switch my attention right now to the other side of the map because I see our waffle being in trouble here, and there's still 3 of us here. We still have 3 tier 10s on this side, so we can potentially get these guys that are on this side and get them outnumbered, basically. Maybe we can take out a tank or 2 out of the game. So all I'm doing is making sure I'm fully aiming my shots. And I'm fully aiming my shots. I'm only exposing my turret. I don't want to lose any health points because those will come handy later on. If you want to carry the game, guys, you have to maintain your health pool. And that's basically what I'm doing in each and every game that I play. It doesn't mean that I'm passive. It doesn't mean that I'm sitting back and not doing anything. Well, in some cases I do. Because, you know, when I don't know the map and I'm trying to try out the terrain, and it happens quite often in the game, but in this case it doesn't happen. So here I'm just poking over the ridge and making sure that I fully aim my shots and that they hit. Just because I still have distraction. I had the other tanks basically distracting everybody else so that I can just kind of poke out, shoot and hide. And here you can see Motion is not even looking at me. He's looking in a different direction. So I'm gonna try to get him down in health as much as possible. Unfortunately, this shot does not go in, and that was a fully aimed shot. So as you can see, we brought this game pretty close. We're 3v3 now. We just lost a light tank, so we are 2 versus 3. Now, at this point, I wanted my light tank to come back and help me out. So here I was thinking about poking and hitting the Motion, but then I realized, okay, my heat rounds are gone. The likelihood of me hitting him and penning him through the turret is very low. So I decided, especially at this angle, so I decided to come down to the flat ground so I can face him flat. If I can face him flat, I can either hit him in the front between the 2 wheels, between the tracks, or I can hit his side. So that was the idea. In the meantime, I was hoping my light tank can engage him, and my light tank actually does show up to engage him, which is great, but unfortunately he loses his life. So it's 1v3, guys. Yes, I come to 1v3. So here what I'm gonna do is I was thinking about going around Motion, but then I saw that wreck in front of me, so I decided to use it as a shield. So basically that makes it difficult for Motion to hit me. Here unfortunately I missed the shot. I was going between the tracks, but then I thought to myself, maybe it's a good thing because I get him immobilized. So I thought it would be easier for me to hit him while he's stationary, but he repaired before take the second shot. So I do eventually take him out. So it's 1v2 now. And now at this point in time, I'm looking at my damage ribbons and I'm thinking to myself, OMG, it's already a really spectacular game. And it just crosses your mind, I really don't want to throw at this point. But I always refer to what Lemming Rush says. And I watch his videos. Guys, I suggest that you do too. He's a PC player, a very good player. And he basically says, always says, think about your next step. Think about what you're gonna do next. Don't think about the end. Don't think about the outcome. Think about the next step and what you need to do. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm using the ridge here to take out the T10. And we take out the T10. So now it's only 1v1 situation. Did you guys see that? I saw that shot coming. I knew that shot was coming from my right side. So the last tank is T110E4. And at this point, I know where he is. He knows where I am, but I know where he is. So I was thinking to myself, I'm going to change position here. I'm going to go in the middle and surprise him. Maybe get some back shots into him. Because I was expecting him to basically come up the hill. But here, he was taking that corridor, so I completely did not expect that. So I was actually lucky here not to take a shot from him. So I decided to drop behind into the same position I was before. And I was thinking to myself, okay, what's the next step? I have two options. One, I can track him. If he doesn't have a repair kit, I can track him. I can go around him. That was one option. Option number two is try to go behind him. And knowing myself and knowing how lazy I am, I prefer the option number two. Because in some cases when I try to track people, especially in situations like this, I always find a way to scuff the shot. And I have trouble putting the shot where it needs to go. So here I try to basically take a quick shot at him, poke over and take a shot. But it didn't go in. I went for a lower plate but didn't go in. So here I decided just to wait it out. So you can see that rock on the right side or in front of me, I'm using it to get over the ridge while he does, or after he does. And the idea here was to put a shell into him, go over behind the rock and go around him. But I did not expect him to turn that quick, and he puts a big shot into me and he damages my engine. Luckily I have my repair kit, so I repaired my engine quick and I'm gonna try go behind him. And here should be a gravy. You know why, guys? Because T110E4 can rotate his turret, unlike the E3, his brother, but it cannot rotate its turret 180 or 360 degrees. So basically, I know I pretty much have him here. So the idea right now is just stay calm, stay behind him, and finish him off! Sorry for the excitement, guys, but how not to be excited about a game like this, I have no idea. This is absolutely incredible. I can't believe I pulled this off. Let's look at the post-game stats now. So we managed to put up 9.1k damage. 9.1k damage! My highest ever damage game in any tank. Obviously high caliber metal, 25 penetrating shots, 5 kills, 2667 XP. I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. Only 1778 base XP. That is the surprising thing. Usually for a game like this you would get something in the range of 2000 base XP, so I'm really surprised about that. But still, what an incredible game, guys. What an incredible game. Hopefully I can continue having games like this, but I gotta tell you, I've learned how to play tanks from people that actually know how to play. And I keep on watching channels of Turkey Tank, of Sins, of guys like Clone Guy, really fantastic players, and I learn every day what positions to take, how to behave in a certain tank, what kind of decisions should I make as well. I also watch PC guys like Lemming Rush. They have, especially Lemming Rush, he has quite incredible commentary and he describes in detail what he does in each game. So if you guys keep doing that, you will learn how to get to this level. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I totally enjoyed commentating it for you. Don't forget to check out Clone Guy 72 and Gotta Dingy's channels. Links will be in the description section below. Happy tanking. Until next time, Space Bandit, checking out.